if you take a look at your closure when you just got it, or any, be it as a wig or as bundles with closure or packet hair, you will discover that when you turn the back of it, they have different line patterns. Some you will not see any lines, so you might see one line, and others you might see like 3 parts or 2 parts. So that is what we want to talk about in today's video. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and to my old and returning subscribers, you guys has been amazing. So in today's video we'll be talking about free part closure, center part closure, and also 3-part closure. So these are the patterns or the line patterns of every closure. So I'll be explaining as I'll be talking about each of them. I'll be telling you what to expect, their pros and cons, maybe advantages and disadvantages about these 3 lines or 3 patterns of 3 closure line patterns. So let me start with free part closure. Free part closure is that closure that doesn't come in with any lines. Like when you turn the back, the lace, you will just discover, or even from the front part, which I'll be leaving pictures for you to see, you will just discover that there is no line on it at all. So it doesn't have any line, maybe like middle or side or like whatever. There's no line at all. You just see the closure, everything about it, the lace or the back is just plain. So that's a free part closure. And this is also popular, although when closure first of all came out, this closure was really common then, but although now you can still find it in 1 or 2 or some closure. So companies are no longer producing it just like before, although you can still find it, you can still get it. So this type of closure, it requires you have to it can come in the form of even the Kim-K, or you can also get it in 4x4 or also 5x5. It just depends. So any closure you see that doesn't have line at all, doesn't have any form of line pattern, that's a free part closure. So one thing about this type of closure is that you can part it however way you like it or you want it. So if you want it center, you can do it yourself. There is no cost. You can customize it. Let me say, you can customize it yourself. So you can part it anyhow you want it, anyhow you decide to do it. You can, you will form a part or parting line pattern on your own for it. So if it's middle you want, you can just, there's a way you trace it and you make a middle part from it. If it's side too you want, you can do it. If it's C-cut, you can do it yourself. Then if it's also side parting as well, you can also part it. It's something that you can customize yourself. That is one of the advantage of this type of closure. You can style it whichever way. Like there are some people that maybe C-cut is somehow raining, maybe the day you feel like you just part it, because sometimes when you already have a middle part, it's very difficult to make a C-cut. But with this type of free part closure, you can easily customize it to a C-cut and it will give you that C-cut shape. So it's one closure that you can part however or whichever way you want it. Then even if you don't even want to part it as well, you can just leave it like to just be in form of all back as well. You can, there's a way you style it, and if you don't want to have any parts or you don't want to create any line on it or any part, you can just leave it as a all back, which I feel that one is not making sense. Although it depends, especially on curly hair, it will be very nice on that kind of style, especially maybe like a 5x5. You can just make it all back. If you have a 5x5 kind of a free part, you can just leave it like that and it will just turn out as if you are doing it all back. So one disadvantage of this pattern, this type of closure, this free part closure, is that if you are not a professional, it will be very difficult for you to style or customize. Yes, because there are some times that you would think that what is there, it's not just to create a line. It's not as easy as you think. So this type of closure is very good, or mainly for professionals, people that are into wig styling or stylists. So they are the ones that will know, they have all the right equipment, they have all the right tools that they can use to create any pattern and it will come out well. But somebody like maybe just a normal wig wearer that you now want to go and buy a free part closure kind of wig, already made wig, it will be very difficult for you. You might not even get the middle part, you might not even get it well. If you're somebody that maybe you feel like customizing to C parts, because C part is somehow complicated, you might not be able to customize it like a stylist will do. So I just feel that this pattern, this type of, and it's not as easy, it's not very easy to style, in as much as you can in as much as you can part it any way you want it. It's not also easy. So it takes a professional to be able to part it or style it. So for somebody that's just a normal person, if you come across maybe any wig that that has a free part, I will not really recommend or advise you. If you especially when you don't have that patience or you don't know how to, don't go and buy wig that has free parts. Or at most you can take it to a stylist to part the closure or to customize it for you. Because as somebody that you just want to wear a ready to wear wig and it has free part closure, it's not advisable to buy that kind of closure, because it takes a stylist to be able to part it well, to come out well, to do a good job. So that's one disadvantage, one of the cons of one of the disadvantage of this free part closure. So the next one on my list is a middle part. Yes, middle part closure is that closure that only comes with only one line, one middle part line. And most of the most closures that come in this type of line pattern is mostly Kim-K. Yes, Kim-K, and also machine sew wig, then T-part frontal wigs as well, that mostly come in middle parts. So, and is this type of this is the part line pattern or type of closure pattern that it only has one line, so you cannot part it anyhow you want it. You cannot do it or customize it. So it just only comes with one pattern. So if is that middle part, that's how you are going to wear it. Except maybe sometimes you might just shift it, which it might not really turn out nice. It might not turn out well, because most middle part comes with a Kim-K closure, so it might not really turn out the way you like it. It just only comes with one line. So that's how you'll be wearing it most of the time. So although it has advantage because the line is already there, so you don't need to stress yourself to style it or to start customizing or do whatever. The only thing you need is just to apply something or just style it a bit to make the closure relaxed and all of that. So you don't really need to do more. That's the only advantage. It already comes with a line pattern, so you don't need much. You don't need to do anything on that. So it's stress free, and it's also beginner friendly. So if you are somebody that you are not into, you don't have time to be styling wig or be doing one thing or the other, you can just easily, this one is just like wear and go as it be. Now so you will wear them. So no need to do too much paparazzi on it. But one disadvantage of this middle part closure is that it's not versatile. So you only have to wear that same pattern that way. You cannot part it. So even sometimes maybe there are some people that they like their closure like side parting. You want to style or seek, or you want to just change the line pattern or of your closure, you will not be able to do that because it only comes in one pattern, only one line. So that's the disadvantage. It's not, you cannot customize it to any other pattern of a line in your closure that you want. So that's a disadvantage. So the next part is the three-part closure. Yes, this is the most popular currently pattern of closure. Like, in fact, I am also very happy that most companies are producing this type of closure more compared to before. Like I said in the free part one, that it was very common then when closure was just beginning to trend. But right now, most companies make more of a three-part closure, and is that type, a three-part closure is that closure that has three lines. You have it at the middle, you have it at both sides of the closure. So be it maybe 5x5, and it mostly come in 5x5, 4x4 especially. You mostly get three-part closure in 4x4 closures especially. It's very common in 4x4 closure. They're also 5x5 as well, but you cannot get that in Kim-K. Kim-K is a very small, 2x6 is a very small closure type or pattern. So this is the most common and this is the most popular, and this type of closure, it has numerous it has more advantage. Let me use that word. It has more advantage than the rest two that I've talked about, like others that I've mentioned, because it already comes with a line pattern, so you don't need to stress yourself. The line is already there. It's just for you to follow it. Then maybe if you just part it just do little styling just to make it relax. So you don't need to do much, like, you know, you need to customize, you need to pluck parts to make it relax. No, you don't need all that. So it already come, the lines are already there. It's just for you to follow the pattern and just do one or two styling. That is also one of the advantages. And another advantage is that it's also very easy to, it has more than 3 line patterns, so you can part it however way you want it. Maybe there are days that you feel like wearing it as middle part, you just style it that way. There are days that maybe you feel like wearing it as side part, this side part, you can do it that way. Maybe there are days too that you want the side to turn this way, you can also style it that way. So that's another advantage. Then even there are days too that you want it to style as C-cut, although this particular type of these 3 parts, it works with C-cut, but it takes a professional to do it compared to the free part that you can easily, you know, style to C-cut. This also, you can also do that. So maybe the day you want to style it as C-cut, you can just easily from the side, you know, just part it. But that also we still take professional as well, because C-cut is kind of complicated to style. So I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So it's very, very versatile. That's another advantage of it as well. And it's also very easy to, you know, to style, to get the pattern. So even it's beginner friendly. Somebody that doesn't even know much about hairstyling, once you just, because the lines are already there, you don't need to do much. You don't need to, you know, to do extra to be able to style it, because the line patterns are already there. So even as a beginner or as an amateur or somebody that doesn't even know anything about wig styling, it will be very easy for you to style yourself, because the lines are already there. So you just follow it, maybe use your comb or whatever, just follow it, then apply your wax stick or mousse or whatever, and you are good to go. So that's it for this video, that all the necessary things that you need to know about each of the line patterns of disclosures, free parts, center parting, and also 3-part closure. So these are their advantages and disadvantages, all you need to know. So before you buy any wig, especially, you know, as a wig wearer, you just need to take note of this type of a closure pattern, so you will know the one that works best for you. So that's it for this video. I hope you find this video helpful and informative as well. If you have any question relating to this video, feel free to ask in the comment section. And if you also have any contribution to make as well, feel free to also make your contribution. Like I always say, your contributions are always welcome. I don't know it all in this channel. So, but before you click off from this video, if you have watched to this point and you haven't joined this family, you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join this family. You are going to like it here, because we talk about hair, everything that has to do with hair product, like anything about hair. This is a education channel, like everything that has to do with hair, reviews, packets, everything about hair. That is what this channel is all about. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as well, and don't forget to also share this video. Someone might find it helpful and informative as well. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.